that's a good one.
resolving things with our relationship goals, right? Because, I mean...
learning from your fights.
Yeah, like fights can be good and positive. I mean, obviously, I don't want to fight, right? And I hate fighting.
Yeah, we hate it when we fight.
But it comes out to actually becoming a better couple, you know what I mean?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Unfiltered Couple Show. I'm Kelsey.
And this is Justin.
And we're back with another episode.
We are indeed, for the next day.
For the next day.
Yes.
And today's topic is relationship goals, specifically why setting relationship goals is important.
Yes. Today's topic is what Kelsey just said. So I zoned out for a second.
So why is it important to set relationship goals?
Why is it, Kelsey?
Well, let's go back to the core of it. What are relationship goals in the first place?
Well, in my definition, I think relationship goals are something that improves your relationship, right? So it doesn't have to be goals, but it can be things that like improve your relationship in one sort of way or
moving forward.
Or moving forward with your relationship,
like,
right?
Something you can both move together towards to kind of make yourselves better with each other.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think relationship goals can be like short-term goals or long-term goals. Or it can just be goals for the day, you know? It could be, you know, today's relationship goal is to not fight for the day, right? Or those small things really do add up because they come out to a bigger picture, right? Because, like, let's talk about relationship goals to not fight for a day, right? If you don't fight for a day, you guys actually do figure out what works in your relationship and what doesn't, right? So you guys are working towards to keeping that relationship goal now long-term, right? Our long-term goal is not to fight every single day, right?
And it becomes habitual. I think it could.
It could reset your hard drive in your brain to like function. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think relationships are very important because it's setting goals. Like if you don't have goals in life, right, you don't get anywhere in life, right? And the same thing applies to like relationships, right? If you don't set goals in your relationship, nothing goes, right? Nothing happens. You just stay stale, right? And then eventually, you know, you never know, something will fall apart, right? You guys always want to work together and set goals together as a relationship, right?
Yeah, and I think it's one thing to have personal goals. Like, you should know about each other's personal goals, definitely. Like, because, for example, when we first started dating, I didn't know, you know, intentions and goals of him, and he didn't know intentions and goals of mine. And so in my case, like, I didn't know that he, for example, valued his business a lot, and that's something that he wanted to really build in order for us to have a nice future together and hopefully going forward. So knowing each other's personal goals and intentions are important, but also setting relationship goals together for you both to work towards is important as well. So you know that you're on the same playing field, and you know like what things you've agreed on,
right? And
what things you really want to work on to make that partnership better.
And it doesn't even have to be relationship goals in general. I just think goals in general, regardless of what relationship is important. Like financial relationship goals, or like...
Ooh, that's an important one. And we might have an episode specifically on that topic.
Okay. But yeah, I think making goals together is really important. Whatever it is, right? It could be relationship, it could be finance, it could be physical goals, right? Like going to the gym, or something that's going to improve your life, right? That's always important because those are things that grow with you, with your partner, right? Remember, like, just because you make goals by yourself doesn't mean that your partner also agrees with that goal, right? You always have to communicate and sort of talk, and that's what a relationship is, right? You guys want to both be molding together as a team, right? So that's why I'm going to say relationship financial goals, right? Because, like, I'm pretty sure everyone wants more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're only worried about yourself, right? So say, I'm gonna save $10,000 in my 401k, right? And you don't bring your partner in it, right? What's the point of having that relationship financial goal, right? You're just setting yourself for success and not the other one, right? So
Yeah.
you have to see it in both ways. Is financial can be personal, but it also has to be relationship
Yeah,
goals
and I
too.
think going off of that, I like how you said that. I was going to touch on that. But I think if you value, in my perspective, if you value your personal goals and you value your partner and you see a future with that person, then I think you would be open to sharing them with each other.
And obviously, there's some things that you don't want to share, which could
Yeah,
be, like private family issues or stuff like that.
if you're not
But
there yet to
right.
share.
But I think as time goes on, those things do open because it really can't be a secret when you're there with the person every single day, right? Like it's gonna come out. So
Sorry.
if if you guys are deciding that, hey, this is something that I want to pursue as a relationship, right? It's always great to just be trustworthy and give everything you have, right? And not have hidden doors behind this and this because trust me, like these doors will open, Like regardless if you want it to open or not, it slowly creeps on to your life.
And your other person might like already have a intuition about it.
Yeah, and it could be 10 years from now. You could be like, I'm going to keep it a secret for 10 years. But to be honest, it's going to come out maybe in less than 10 years. You never know. It's just things that like those secret doors can actually lead to so much pain and negativity because you haven't told your partner for how many years, right? And then your partner comes at it like, okay.
Yeah, and I think there's a difference between privacy and secrecy, and that's also an episode that we'll be posting later on too. But
Oh, will we?
yeah,
Okay.
that's an interesting topic. But okay, so relationship goals are goals that you set with your partner and have agreed upon to make your partnership better. And your relationship better, right? So we've established that. That's in our opinions now.
So
And
how do you think I'm gonna cut you off.
Okay.
Okay. So how do you think people can make relationship goals? What do you think like the steps are to like make sure you guys have relationship goals? Because I know we set relationship goals. Well, our way of setting relationship goals were
Was that a question for me? Or
yeah, it was a question
you?
for you, but I want to tell them how we did it.
Okay.
It's more of I think our way of making relationship goals were just talking about our dreams and goals, ambitions, but it was also a lot of our fights. Right? A lot of our fights involved
yeah.
us
That's a good one.
resolving things with our relationship goals, right? Because, I mean,
Learning from your fights.
yeah, like fights can be good and positive. I mean, obviously, I don't want to fight, right? And I hate fighting.
Yeah, we hate it when we fight.
But it comes out to actually becoming a better couple. You know what I mean? It bonds you
like
guys a little bit better because
it's
you guys get
hard.
to know each other. Because you guys are blurting things that you would never say if you were on a right state of mind. You know what I mean? So like things do come out. It could be bad. It could be good, right? But those things make you learn more about your
Yeah,
partners.
and I think
right?
you can either really break from a relationship with an argument between your partner, like a full-blown argument. I think it could either break it or make it.
Yeah, and it's all what you do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you
So-
think people could do to start making relationship goals?
In my opinion, I think if you're with someone that you really care about and want to pursue a future with, I think that you both have some sort of idea in your head as to what you want to do with that person and what kind of things you want to achieve with that person. You both have some sort of idea. With those ideas, I think you should really, if not learn from your arguments, sit down and like say, hey, these are my personal goals. Because I think there's a huge difference between personal and relationship
Yeah.
together. Personal really needs to be known.
Yeah, you have to make sure you know your partner as much as possible. And like
Yeah.
I think the best way, I know you said sit down with your relationship or sit down with your partner. I do agree, but I think you guys should both remember how we did the vision boards?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's great to like make a what do you call it? Like a moral?
Mural?
A
No,
mural?
it's not that for us it wasn't a mural. You can do a mural. A mural is more like what you would like a big like painting on the wall,
Oh,
for
is that
example.
painting?
But like for us we made vision boards.
Yeah, so basically snip out pictures of what you vision your personal, your business, your relationship, right? And stick it somewhere where you guys both see it every single day. Either it could be in your bedrooms, could be on your computers, right? Whatever it is, that is always on your mind, right? 24/7, even if you're not actively thinking about it, passively you are mentally thinking about those goals every time you look at it, right? Because they have an emotional attachment to those pictures.
Yeah, like even now, like we don't necessarily have it like stuck in our faces like at our workplaces, at like our work tables, but I like remember them in my head.
Yeah,
Like it's
it's
not in front of
vivid.
me, but I remember making them and I remember like the specific pictures. And it gives you an idea of basically like what while you're making it together, it gives you an idea like I made my separate one and he made his separate one, but we made it together. And it gives you an idea of what your partner has in mind, and it gives you an idea and makes you really think about what you want in your life too. And then when you come together and it's all said and done, you can see the common goals and the goals that are different.
Right.
And what I would suggest is for the goals that are different, try to like pick them out and talk about them at least a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
I think one that sticks out was like we put a goal of our future home, our future house, right?
Yeah.
And I'm more of a very elegant
Like
modern home.
Yeah.
And then Kelsey was more of the southern,
Yeah, mine
large.
was more of like the large, like big white picket fence home.
Yeah, yeah. And like that's something that we the moment we saw those, right? Because
It's
you could stick it, it's a sore thumb, right? The designs are so
Yeah,
different.
his was like the futuristic, like very solid lines and like
Yeah.
no roof and house, but it was like solid lines, like one building
Yeah,
type of thing.
and those are things that like when it sticks out like a sore thumb, you guys will both talk about it. Like, hey, is that what you want?
Yeah.
I thought this was good, but like the more you guys talk about it, the better you guys get into knowing each other, right?
Yeah.
Things that you never knew, and like
Yeah.
those are so important because now we've established that we don't want a what was it called
Yeah, like
You're-
after
you're
I
large.
thought I wanted that type of house, like basic house with a roof, like lots of windows and
like the
lots of
American
land,
dream
right?
home,
Yeah.
right? The American dream home.
But after looking at his, it gave me like a bigger idea, like, oh, maybe his goals are a little like more ambitious than mine, for example, like on some aspects. And it's like, oh, wow, he wants to work super hard to these big goals. Like, maybe I should like push myself to do better too. Like, I had those kind of feelings.
Yeah,
too.
it's like it's like a it like
it makes you self evaluate on yourself.
yeah, it's like what kind of morals or values does your partner have versus you, right? Can I improve on those? Can I learn from those? And you just basically take it together and you mold it together, right? And to me, I think it's like a competition. I like it. I think of it as a competition because I'm so competitive. It's like, oh, you're better on that section. Maybe I gotta improve a little bit on that section, you know?
Yeah,
So it's
kinda.
like you guys are both working at each other
Yeah.
to be better and better and better. And like you never know, like when you're 60 or 70, you guys will be like solid. You know what I mean? You'll be like solid bricks. But the thing is, you'll still be like for me, I think we're still gonna be competitive because like it's like it's I don't know if it's like ingrained in human mind, but it's always you have to adapt and get better and better and better to
Yeah.
live, right? So in my case, I want to always be better, right? I want to be sharper. I want to always be better. I don't want to be the person on the bottom just like not there, right? So like you're always going to improve in a relationship, right? Someone's going to beat you in that and someone's going to beat you in it's like a game, right? It's a race to be better than the other, but not obsessively
against each other,
Yeah,
though.
yeah. But you guys want to
You
be
want to
like
push yourselves
Right,
with
pushing
each
yourself.
other to be your best versions of yourself. But it's even better because now you guys have a goal that that you're both in it to win it together with.
Yeah, and like what's so amazing about that is the moment you do achieve one of those goals on your vision board and you take it off or you put an X on it, right? It gives you a self-accomplishment of, hey, because of this relationship, or hey, because we've worked together and we've created this type of form of dream that we wanted to do, this is viable, you know what I mean? It gives you self-insurance that your relationship is set for the future, right? It ensures you that, hey, this relationship is really working, right? There are days that are negative and bad and
Or
it's like
you may
worse,
step
right? Yeah,
back.
you might step back. But the moment you check off on those vision board ideas that you really wanted to do, it gives you self-insurance that, hey,
Yeah.
even though we do have bad days, right, the relationship is still going at it, right? So it's always about self-insurance that your relationship is going to go well. And that's what relationship goals do, right? They self-insure you for the future. So I think that's what's really important. Yeah.
Yeah. And then another thing is for the vision boards, you can always change it up. So like we haven't really changed it up. I think we like should eventually, but because it's been like
Well,
it's been
No,
like
it's been 2 years.
2 years.
But our goals, well, we set ourselves for very big goals.
Yeah, we
right?
made ours not short term, and you can choose
Yeah, you
and
can do
customize
short,
whatever. But we did very long term.
Yeah, we're talking about like
Like family, house, like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
but those are
cars,
good. I mean, it's good to have short-term goals because I mean, everyone loves to check things off, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we got this, you know?
Yeah.
It's like it's good, but for me, more I like to see long-term goals. That's why I put bigger goals on mine. I think Kelsey put more short-term goals, right, versus me.
I think I did short term and long term.
Yeah. But for me, I was more just long-term gains, right? It's like materialistic stuff that I've
Yeah.
wanted in my whole life that I'm
Yeah.
gonna get, or relationship goals that I wanted,
Yeah.
or business goals that I always
Yeah.
wanted, right? So these are goals for the long term that like propel me to be better every single day. The moment I wake up, I'm reminded of those goals, right? Those materialistic goals, or those relationship goals, or those business goals that I want to always pursue, and that's what drives me. So I think that's really important. Like a vision goal can drive you to be a better person to you, regardless of what you think it does, right? It's just pictures, right? But pictures have meanings. That's why I think artwork sells for millions of dollars, because the moment you look at an artwork, even though it's ridiculous, right? It emotionally attaches to you, right?
Because you can think of it whatever you want.
Right. And then the moment you're hooked and the moment you keep thinking about that picture, you want it, right? And so then that's what's so important about pictures is it gives you a meaning of something that you never realized that some other person would have. You know what I mean? So every picture is established in your own certain way, right? And relationship goals are the same thing, right? Maybe you have a relationship goal of a burger and a fry, right? But what it means to you guys in a relationship is so different than for someone else, right? And so it's that emotional mental attachment to a burger and fry, you know what I mean? So I think that's really important to always maintain a relationship goal, because like it's like a it will show you what is it, the toilet.
I don't think you'll hear the
Okay.
toilet flushing.
Okay. But either way, it will show you your path, right? It will show you what you want in life, right? Not even just life in general, but your relationship goals, right? It will
Yeah.
bond you better.
Definitely the vision boards were really, it was fun to do, especially if you're like very crafty and like an artsy person. But like it's, even if you're not, like it's fun, it's simple. All we did was, how do we make it? We got like,
Well, we went and we bought pin, what do you call those? A corkscrew?
corkscrew boards.
I don't think it's called corkscrew.
Or you guys know what we're talking about, like the they look like picture frames, but on the inside
cork.
it's cork.
Yeah.
And then you can like stick stuff on there, and that's what we did. We stuck it on with like pins or whatever. And then you can add like motivational quotes other than pictures too.
Yeah, just
to motivate you.
what goes on with your life and what goals you want to set, right? So I think relationship goals, we just did it all over the place, and it's good to not overdo it.
Yeah, like I kept it very simple, and I wanted to make mine look very aesthetically pleasing, so I spaced everything out, and it worked out really well with my main stuff that I wanted to keep on there. But for like his, it was very scattered.
I had a lot, so we had to take things out. So
Yeah.
like what we not request, but what we recommend is to keep it very simple, right?
Yeah, keep it simple.
Keep the most important goals in your life, because those are the ones that you will always remember and you'll always see.
Yeah.
So if it's, I mean, you can even section it out. Like I've seen some where people just like put, they get a board and they like
Like right down the middle.
yeah, like they, what do you call it?
Make
Like
a T chart.
yeah, like is it, or like 4 boxes basically.
Okay.
They have like relationship, right? Personal, right? Business or finance or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's
and
a
it
good
always
idea.
they know what they're looking at, right? So like they have it's like a mental checkboard basically, right? It's like my personal life, I want to be here, but in my relationship life, I want to be here,
Ooh, yeah.
right? So like, how do I get from my point right now to where I want to go, right? Those are the things that you want to establish on those boards, right? Because if it is scattered, it is a little hard to sort of like vision these things because you're looking at this, but then you're also looking at relationship, right? And then you're like, okay, now I'm going to look at motivational stuff, right? So maybe splitting up could be a good idea. We just did it all scattered, and in my head, I still see it in my head. It just whatever floats your boat, basically.
Yeah. And I think that's a good organized way to do it. Yeah.
And hopefully that helps you guys. Hopefully you guys do set relationship goals with your partner. I mean, I think that's the best thing because you guys are both both propelling to be better, right?
Yeah.
And that's always good. You don't want to be stale, like who likes a stale chip? No one likes it. I'm pretty sure some people like stale chips, but most people like crispy new chips, right? The moment they open the bag,
Analogy.
right? I hate when there's so much air, but I'm just saying when you open the bag and you smell the bag, you like brand new. It's like a car, right?
Yeah.
Who wants to drive a old dinkety like 1950s car? I mean that's vintage,
some
but
people
let's
do,
talk
but-
about like 1990s with like 500,000 miles.
Broken,
Yeah. Versus a brand new car with 0 mileage. You open the car and it smells like a brand new car, right? Which one would people like? The brand new car, right?
Yeah.
Because it gives you a sense of, ooh, like this is nice, right? So relationship goals are like that, right? Every time you get,
Oh, that's our dog. Sorry.
anytime, oh gosh,
Just speak a
he's
little louder.
barking a lot today. But anyways, as you improve, right, you are opening up brand new doors, right? So it's like oh, nice. Oh, I get better. Oh, nice, right? You're leveling up in your game, right?
And that's coming back to it. That's with the relationship too.
And relationship goals do not get from point A to point B in an instant, right?
That's a good thing to mention.
Right, you gotta work for it, right? Everything in life you have to work for it. So don't think of just because I made relationship goals, right? All of them are gonna be accomplished in one day, right? You have to set them up to be able to grow, right? So if your relationship goal for like, let's say a year, right? What's a nice relationship goal?
Maybe go on a vacation to somewhere.
A vacation to Hawaii, right? Now, you can just on the spot just say, you know what? I've got money. Let's just go on to Hawaii. You can, right? But what kind of goal is that? You know what I mean? Like that's not a goal. You want to save, right? You want to have a little jar that you save, right? And every time you guys do something or it's like an anniversary or something, you guys will go to Hawaii, right? You're building up anticipation to that goal. And that's what goals are, right? They make you propel to be better selves of you, right? And give you a vision of what you want, right? So always work for it. Don't think that the moment you write it down, it appears, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you have a genie and the moment you put a picture onto the board, it shows up, right? So work for it. And relationship goals are more bonding. I think it's more bonding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it will take more time than I guess physical goals. Like when you go to the gym and you want to get muscular, right? It's a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're talking about physical goals, right? Like I want to be skinnier, and the moment you do start that goal, you do see it physically, right? You see yourself getting thinner and more leaner, right? But relationship goals are different, right? You see it. It's like a mental wavelength, right?
You don't like. I guess you could physically see it.
You can physically
but
see it,
like
but you
with
will
a bond together,
Yeah.
it's not physically seen, so it can be more difficult.
Yeah, it
Anything
could
that
be
you
like-
can't see physically is always
it's
more
weird.
difficult.
It's like a different wavelength in your
Yeah.
relationship, right?
You'll
it's like
feel it. And if your partner isn't like striving towards your goal that you've made together with, then maybe you need to reevaluate that goal and really like keep each other in check. It holds accountability too
Right.
to the other partner.
Yep. And I think that's a great stopping point to end because now it's becoming 30 minutes and I know people
Yeah.
don't like watching 30-minute podcasts.
So relationship goals are important. Make sure that you both talk to each other about your personal goals as well and your intentions in your own life with your lives together. That's really important.
And I think that's the most important thing, right? Because
Yeah.
goals set you up for success for
Yeah.
your relationship. So, at that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast. Remember, now we are on Apple iTunes. We are confirmed on that, and we are also on TuneIn.
And Amazon Music.
Yeah, we're you search up us
Google.
you search us up on Google, you'll show up if you talk to Alexa and say, "Hey Alexa, turn on the Unfiltered Couple Show." Alexa will know what it's talking about. We did a lot, or I did a lot on the platform.
He set us up on the platforms. But if
Yeah.
you're watching us on YouTube, obviously we're on YouTube at the Unfiltered Couple Show. But if you're not and you're listening just through your ears on a podcast,
We're on YouTube
platform.
too.
We're on YouTube if you want to watch us, which is more fun.
Yes.
And make sure to click that notification bell to get notified whenever we post. We post every Monday through Thursday.
All right, enough advertisement, okay?
Just
All
so
right.
you know.
All right. Well, not I. We will see you guys in the next one, and have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, guys.